Our hero highlight today is Cynthia Mann's father, and I'm gonna ask you to take a minute or two to tell us a little bit about him.
Okay, well, thank you for allowing me to do that. My dad's name is James Taylor, and he constantly has to live that name down wherever he goes. But he's an 88-year-old veteran of the U.S. Army. He started out going to Japan as a paratrooper and served a second stint as a chaplain in the U.S. Army. And he was in 22 years, I think it is, at that point. And so I was brought up a military brat, and I've got the birth certificate to prove it too. He is a veteran that was in Vietnam, and he talks to this day. He's scared of helicopters because even though he was a paratrooper, he wasn't afraid of flying, but you know, helicopters are kind of shaky. And the guys, when he would go out, he's a chaplain, and when he would go out to the field, they would like make the helicopter do crazy things. So he still talks about that now, but I appreciate all that he did, and I am grateful to have come from a military family. So I thank him, and I thank all of you here that have either served or supported those that have or currently do. So thanks for letting me show off my dad. I think he's great. And as you can see, this was a picture of him last year at the church's memorial service. And he still fits in his military dress outfit. So I think it's pretty impressive.
Nice. Thank you, Cynthia, and thank you for your service. As being a military brat's not an easy thing, from what I understand. I was not a military brat, even though I moved over 40 times by the time I left home at 16 years old. We just traveled a lot, but both of my parents were in the military when my two older sisters were in, and I hear a lot of stories about that. So Dr. Cynthia Mann is our spotlight speaker today. She's got a list here. She's a global entrepreneur, small business radio personality, social media expert, neuropathic practitioner, blood health expert, home business coach, quantum health innovator, stem cell therapy specialist, microcirculation nutrition expert, and toxin recovery coach. Do I have your other information correct here, Cynthia?
Yes, you do.
Awesome. I'm gonna
Yeah,
stop sharing so that if you need to share, that you can. And first, Al, would you mind setting a timer at let's say 15 minutes? That will give us 5 minutes at the end to kind of wrap things up. And if you only take 12 minutes, that's fine. Just whatever time you need.
okay. Yeah, thank you. And I guess you took all that info off my LinkedIn profile. But I sound impressive to myself, but really, I'm just a simple person. I did grow up as a military brat, and I do attribute what I learned there to where I'm at now. But one of the things that was very clear to me from an early age because of that is that freedom isn't given, it's something that you have to protect. So in the military, freedom depends on strategy, strong supply lines, and removing threats before they take over. And I feel like health is no different. Since I am in the health field, obviously, I think of it that way. And true freedom means having the energy, the clarity, and the strength to live the life that you're meant to live. But today, that freedom is under attack, and it's under attack in so many different ways and from so many different things. But specifically, I like to talk about microplastics, nanoplastics, and I think I'm allowed to mention this here, and vaccine damage, toxic overload. All those things are silently shutting down the body's ability to renew and heal because we can't see them and we're not aware of them. So it's something that is becoming a huge problem and we're not really being told about it. So that's why I love to speak to those who are ready to listen, people who know something is wrong. They're maybe not quite sure what it is. I show them why they feel drained, foggy, or even like some people just feel like they're getting old really quick. And the most important thing is I teach them how to remove the barriers to real health and take back control. I'm not sure if it's on that list of things. I think it is, but I am a functional blood work specialist. So I'm going to, my focus is with the blood and the microcirculation. And for those who do see a bigger picture with all this, I can help them turn this into a values driven business so that we can create financial freedom while helping others break free too, which is pretty cool. So at the end of the day, freedom to me isn't just about what you fight for, it's about what you refuse to lose. So I'd love to hear what freedom looks like for you. And you're welcome to put that in the chat if you want to share that with me. But let me ask you, are you one of those that think health is just something that happens to you, that aging is inevitable and the aches and pains, the fatigue, the brain fog, and of course pain are just part of life? Because I know that a lot of you here are in the health space, so you may have a different view of things. But for those of you that kind of feel that way, or even like me, before I found an answer, I've been in the health field for 36 years. And, but still, I ended up at 59 feeling like, I'm trying all this stuff. Why don't I feel better? So, but I want to ask you today, what if those things that I mentioned and that you may be feeling aren't normal? What if your body was, and we know it is, designed to heal, renew, and stay strong, but something is blocking that process? And what if the real battle for freedom isn't just happening out there? And God knows we've got a lot of wars and things going on, but there's also one going on inside your body. Because here's the truth, most people aren't free, not in their health, not in their finances. And the worst part is we don't really realize exactly what's happening in that way. So if there's one thing that I've learned after 36 years in the health field, it's this: if your blood isn't flowing freely, nothing in your body works the way it should. And that just makes sense, right? Because the Bible says the life is in the blood, right? So, but in today's world, there is something that's quietly shutting that system down. And most people don't realize it and that it's there because we can't see it. Every single week, this just blew me away when I heard about this, but every single week, the average person is consuming a credit card's worth of microplastics and nanoplastics. These toxins don't just sit there. They clog up our microcirculation, they disrupt stem cell renewal, and they slowly shut down your ability to heal. And that's just kind of the beginning. Add in vaccine related damage, pharmaceutical overload, and environmental toxins. And we're looking at an attack on the very system that keeps us alive. So low energy, if you've got low energy, that's impaired microcirculation, brain fog, your blood isn't delivering oxygen fast enough. And to go, most of us are, I noticed there was a couple of young people here today, but I heard a few of you are in your 80s and stuff, and oftentimes we feel like we're aging faster than we want to. So your stem cells aren't activating like they once were, and really once you get past about 20, it starts really going down. But the real issue isn't what's missing, it's what's blocking your freedom to thrive. And if we don't remove those barriers, oftentimes when we don't feel good, we think there's something missing, so we take, vitamin D, vitamin A. We start on that whole supplement cycle, or meds. If you're into the non-natural sort of things, you start taking medications and throwing things at supplements and different diets. So, um, but if we don't, the real issue isn't what's missing. We don't need vitamin E. We need to unblock what is causing us not to get these things already in our system. So if you don't remove the barriers, it doesn't matter what supplement or diet or exercise routine, it won't be enough. So God designed the body to heal, but healing can't happen when those supply lines, like we were talking about with the military and being efficient, and doing your duties there. If it's all blocked up, healing isn't going to happen. So that's why real health freedom starts with one thing, and that's removing what's shutting down your body's renewal system. And once we take care of that, the brain wakes up, the body starts regenerating, and energy, clarity returns, aging slows down, and even we have studies to prove that it can reverse and your strength returns. The best part is that I found that it's not guesswork. We do have science-backed, results-driven things that we can do, and it's already changing lives. So the Bible in Leviticus 17:11 says, "For the life of the flesh is in the blood." So if that's true, then the key to longevity and good health isn't in a bottle, a pill, or procedure. Like I said before, it's in clearing the blood and restoring the body's ability to do what God designed it to do. That's what I teach people and show them a protocol for doing. I used to, in my protocols, offer a bunch of supplements. And when I was introduced to a product that could do it all, and we didn't have to do that, I was really excited to offer it to my clients. And then what happened was, and that's all I intended to do, but when I saw the results and I saw the healings and things that were taking place, I looked a little bit more closely about selling the product to those out there. So that's, I want to talk also about another kind of freedom in that sense. Because the system we have in place right now is designed to keep people sick, it's also designed to keep them dependent. So I like to talk to people, and I do talk to people every day who feel trapped in their health and in their finances. And it sort of becomes a cycle that they can't break free from. They don't really realize that we're being lied to, and even if you do, you don't know what to do about it. And I've spent most of my life trying to figure out what to do about it, because I've been in this field for a long time and still people are sick. So I don't just focus on restoring the body. I focus also on giving people a way to create financial freedom by sharing this truth with others. Because when you know something this powerful, you don't keep it to yourself, right? So you use it to help your family create a legacy and build something that lasts. So health freedom leads to financial freedom. And when you have both, you're pretty much unstoppable. So I'll ask you again, what does freedom mean to you? What would it feel like to wake up every morning with clarity and energy? Just be ready to pop up and feel like your old self again. And also, what would change if you weren't just surviving, but you were thriving too? Because here's the thing, freedom isn't given, as I said before. You got to take it back. You have to fight for it, you have to claim it. And I'm here to show you how. And I'm offering a free chat, and I did put my information in the chat. But I'm offering this free chat to see if there's any way that I can help you personally, whether that's in restoring your health or creating a business that aligns with your values. So check the comments for how to reach out to me. I would love to meet with you and see if there's a way that I can help you with your health freedom and perhaps your financial freedom as well. So I really appreciate being here. And it just the chat's free and also no pressure. So just thank you for having me and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Cynthia. Great presentation, um, or talk. I was going to say one thing and maybe open it up to, we have time for maybe one question, but when I had my open heart surgery a few years ago, I had really bad brain fog after, and like well after I was healing. And come to find out that because I was on a heart bypass machine for 5 hours, they said that they're learning that that blood going through that PVC pipe for that long actually causes some of that to get into the bloodstream, and it causes a lot of. So when you were talking about the credit cards worth, and how long? How long is it a credit card?
Every week we add another credit card's worth. And
Wow.
I saw the other day on my news feed that they're saying that they showed a picture of a plastic spoon that you eat off of, and that's how much you have in your brain. So that's really scary.
That is. I see um, Al has the question, where are you located? That's a good question.
I was just getting ready to answer that, and I'm sorry I forgot to mention that, but I am in Ohio. That's where I live right now. I've lived all over the world, and right now this is where I find myself in cold weather. I'm not happy, but
Are you
anyway.
still doing RVing? Or are you
Oh,
the one who did art living in an RV, or was that somebody else? I'm thinking of somebody else.
now
Okay.
it's somebody else you're thinking of. I've never done that, but I
That
have
that would be
my
cool.
average living place is 18 months, so I've moved a lot in my life.
Does anybody have a question before we move
Yeah,
on?
yeah, Cynthia, I can't find your information in the chat.
I think um
I
okay.
see it.
I think somebody just moved it up for me, maybe. Yeah.
It's actually a picture in the chat. If you scroll down, you'll probably find it.
Yeah. If you can't see it, I'll try to get it up there again.
Thank you so much. Or if you need to take a screenshot of this, that's a link that I found, or you can email and set up a one-to-one with Cynthia.
Thank
And
you.